if I played basketball, I'd be just like Steph Curry. I mean, I got the shot. I just got to get a couple extra reps, a couple shots up, and I'd be shooting just like him. I mean, that's who I would be.
Was Steph Curry joking when he said he doesn't believe Americans landed on the moon a half-century ago?
We ever been to the moon?
Nope.
They gonna come get us. I don't think so either. Sorry, I don't want to start a conspiracy.
We ain't been on the moon.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
So we definitely went to the moon.
I'm like 50-50. We've been there. I believe that we have, but there is some evidence out there that makes me at least think about it. I'll say it that way.
Hey, you're allowed to have an open mind.
I'd be just like Steph Curry.
So as you guys just seen in that video, Patrick Mahomes admitted that he's Steph Curry, and he did it in a very subliminal way. He said if he played basketball, he'd be just like Steph Curry. So in this video, I'll be exposing Patrick Mahomes and Stephen Curry, because Patrick Mahomes is a variant that they created based off of Stephen Curry. And keep in mind, Patrick Mahomes is a very mixed character. He's not only based off of Stephen Curry, so I will be exposing all of the characters that they mixed him with in this video. So be sure to watch this entire video so you can fully understand what I'm saying. Because when they created Patrick Mahomes, Stephen Curry was one of the main inspirations, but they also mixed in many other characters. And keep in mind that Stephen Curry has his own base character, so I will be making a separate video on that. But for now, let's talk about the similarities between Steph Curry and Patrick Mahomes. Because as you can see by this side-by-side comparison, they literally have the same eyes, and that's what gives this one away the most. As you can see, these two characters look so much alike, and it's mainly in the eyes because that's the main feature that they used from Steph Curry to put onto Patrick Mahomes. But Patrick Mahomes' other features come from his other characters, which I will be exposing later on in the video. But first, let's break down what Patrick Mahomes said in that video. So these are his exact words. He said if he played basketball, he'd be just like Steph Curry. He has the shot. He just has to get a couple extra reps and a couple shots up. Mahomes said with a smirk. So I underlined smirk because that's a key detail in this situation, because if you look into the meaning of what a smirk means to smile in a way that expresses satisfaction or pleasure about having done something, or knowing something that is not known by someone else. So it's like a sarcastic, subliminal way of hinting that they have knowledge of something else that most of the people watching don't have knowledge of. So this is a similar situation to my recent video about Andrew Tate, because after Andrew Tate got arrested, he winked at the camera while getting arrested. So that was a very subliminal way of him hinting that the whole thing was staged and scripted. And with this case, he did a smirk after saying he'd be just like Steph Curry, because he's subliminally letting you know that one of the characters he's based off of is Steph Curry. And this is why they look so much alike. Like I said, especially in the eyes, that's what really gives this one away. And here's the side profile so you guys can really see the similarities. And keep in mind there's a lot of differences as well, because like I said, Patrick Mahomes is a very mixed character, and you guys are going to see that throughout this video, because I'm going to expose 5 other characters that he has. But first, let's get into all of the connections between Steph Curry and Patrick Mahomes, because not only did Patrick Mahomes admit it in that clip, but there's also many other times where he's subtly admitted this as well. So here's 3 tweets that he has about Steph Curry from 2016 and 2018. So he's always tweeting about Steph Curry, and in his top tweet, he was supporting Steph Curry because that's one of his other characters. And Patrick Mahomes also follows Stephen Curry on Instagram, and Stephen Curry follows Patrick Mahomes on Instagram as well. So that's another connection. And then right here, he's openly admitting that his other character is Stephen Curry, because he dressed up as Steph Curry for Halloween in 2015. As you can see, he's wearing the 30 Warriors jersey. So if you guys haven't noticed, a lot of times celebrities will dress up as their other character on Halloween to let you know in plain sight who their other characters are. And as you can see in the caption, he said, Steph Curry with the shot, boy. And not only has Patrick Mahomes referenced Stephen Curry many times, but Stephen Curry has also trolled Patrick Mahomes in this video. Check this out.
Mahomes, my shots.
Getting real ready and getting inspired by what I see on the TV, Pat. It's gonna be the same thing in Vegas, baby.
So not only did Patrick Mahomes admit that he's Steph Curry, but there's many other celebrities that have admitted this as well. So right here, they photoshopped Steph Curry's face on Patrick Mahomes, and you can hardly even tell the difference. And they showed a quote from this football player called Jason Whitlock, and he said, "Patrick Mahomes is the Steph Curry of the NFL." So again, this guy's admitting that they are the same. And then another football player called Michael Irvin also admitted this in plain sight because he said, "I consider Patrick to be the Steph Curry of the NFL, somebody that's going to take this thing to the next level." And even a basketball player admitted this as well. Damian Lillard said, "Patrick Mahomes is like the Steph Curry of the NFL." So if you notice, they're all saying the same thing, just in a slightly different way. And they're doing this to put it in plain sight that these two characters are the same. Now I'm going to show you guys 5 more videos of other celebrities saying that Patrick Mahomes is Steph Curry of the NFL. Check this out.
Do you think you're football Steph Curry?
If I played basketball, I'd be just like Steph Curry. I mean, I got the shot. I just got to get a couple extra reps, a couple shots up, and I'd be shooting just like him. I mean, like that's who I'd be.
Did you get in the chips?
I asked Pat Mahomes the same question, and he said he'd be Steph Curry.
I can see that.
All right, so like, I guess where do you see the similarities between him and Steph?
I mean, he can put the football everywhere, and Steph can put that basketball everywhere. So that clearly made sense. That clearly made sense.
And then you take Patrick Mahomes, who's a little more girthier, not as fast, but he's very savvy. I look at him like a Steph Curry. Steph Curry is not Allen Iverson quick, but he's very savvy.
The thing that makes him unique is that he's never going to give up on a play, but that's what makes him him. He's a unique talent. He can make every single throw. He can throw it with both hands sometimes. He's like, honestly, the way I look at it, like he's like the Steph Curry of football. I feel like that's the perfect example. Like Steph Curry, the way he takes shots, like nobody's ever done the things that Curry did until he started doing them. And I feel like Mahomes is exactly that way. He's definitely a generational guy.
Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs are about as likable a group of winners that you could probably ever find. But it's just oversaturation. I think a lot of people got sick of Steph and seeing Steph there year after year after year. And he's, again, about as likable as a superstar as you're going to get. But we just want something different.
Say he is the Steph Curry of the NFL.
So that last clip was Gilbert Arenas, and he said that Patrick Mahomes is like the Steph Curry of the NFL. And what I found interesting about this is the fact that this same character, Gilbert Arenas, has admitted that Andrew Tate was Austin Rivers in 2023. And I talked about this in my Andrew Tate video 3 weeks ago because Gilbert Arenas kept admitting that Andrew Tate is Austin Rivers. Check this out.
Yeah, it's a scary dynamic when stars start acting like this.
Who's in jail? Austin Rivers? Austin Rivers? Oh, I thought that was Andrew Tate. That wasn't Andrew Tate? No, that's Austin Rivers.
Oh my God, that is not Andrew Tate. I ain't telling
Andrew Tate. That ain't Andrew.
No.
No, that's Austin. No. He gotta grow his hair fast. But like Austin Rivers is saying, so that ain't Andrew Tate. No, okay, I'm just, all right. Just making sure.
So if you guys want to watch this full video, the link is in the description. So now let's move on to some more comparisons and connections between Steph Curry and Patrick Mahomes. So as you can see, these two characters look so much alike. And I'm not the first person to say this. As you guys can see, they've already admitted this with multiple other celebrities on the world stage. And they've made so many memes about it as well. So they always have to put the truth in plain sight so that people who support these people are willingly allowing themselves to be deceived. So in this comparison, you can see that they have the same smile. Patrick Mahomes said that he can easily be like Steph Curry in that video because they both have a similar shot. And this reminded me of another connection because not only are both of these characters athletes, but both of their positions are similar. Patrick Mahomes is a quarterback, so he does long shots. And then Steph Curry is a point guard, and he does a lot of long shots from the three-point line. So they both have a similar position, even though they play different sports. And that's basically what Patrick Mahomes was saying in that video. And another connection is that both of these characters celebrate in a similar way. As you can see, they have very similar mannerisms. And another connection is the fact that Patrick Mahomes is number 15 and his other character, Stephen Curry, is number 30, and 15 is half of 30, and 30 is double of 15. So that's another interesting connection. Another connection is the amount of letters in their name. So Patrick is 7 letters, and Stephen is also 7 letters. Now let's get into the Gematria connections, because these characters are heavily connected in Gematria. As you can see, both of their first names are Patrick and Stephen, and they both equal 33 in the reduction cipher. And then Patrick Mahomes and Stephen Curry share the same Gematria of 63 in the Latin reduction cipher as well. And then Stephen Curry goes by Steph Curry for short, and Steph Curry also matches up with Patrick Mahomes with the number 144 in the Latin ordinal cipher. And then his nickname Steph matches up with Patrick in 4 ciphers. They both equal 263, 29, 27, and 84. Another connection is the fact that both of their fathers were also professional athletes. So this is very interesting, because if you guys haven't noticed, many celebrities have family members who were also celebrities, and they try to act like they were regular people, but in reality they already had family that was famous, so it was scripted for them to be famous as well. So Steph Curry's dad was Dell Curry, and he was a basketball player for the Hornets, and he shares the same name as his father. As you can see, he's the second, which means his father had the same exact name of Wardell Stephen Curry. And then this is Patrick Mahomes' father, and he was also a professional athlete. As you can see, he was a professional baseball player, and Patrick Mahomes has the same exact name as his father as well, which is why he's the second also. So that's another connection. You know, not only are both of their fathers professional athletes, but both of them have the same name as their father, which means that they're both juniors or second. And when I typed that in Gematria, I noticed it also matched up. So Patrick Mahomes the second equals 81, and Stephen Curry the second also equals 81 in the same cipher. Another connection is the fact that Stephen Curry was born in 1988 and Mahomes equals 88 in Gematria. There's so many connections between these two characters, but the last one I want to talk about is the fact that both of these characters have openly admitted that the moon landing was fake. Here's 2 videos of Steph Curry and Patrick Mahomes talking about how they don't believe that the moon landing was real, and they're not wrong about this because the moon landing was fake. You know, I had a video about this on this channel, but I had to take it down due to copyright. But I will be re-uploading that video on my Patreon. So if you guys are interested in that video, the link to my Patreon is in the description. I will be posting that video this month. It was a really deep video because I showed 100% proof that the moon landing was fake, and I showed many other videos of them pretending to be in space, but it was all fake. So here's the videos of them admitting that the moon landing was fake.
202 million people watched that game, they said. Did you see that?
Yeah, they said more than the moon landing, man. So, I mean, the most viewed thing on television.
So we definitely went to the moon.
I'm like 50-50. We've been there. We've been there. I believe that we have, but there is some evidence out there that makes me at least think about it. I'll say it that way.
Hey, you're allowed to have an open mind.
Was Steph Curry joking when he said he doesn't believe Americans landed on the moon a half century ago?
We ever been to the moon? Nope. They gonna come get us. I don't think so either. Sorry, I don't want to start a conspiracy. They ain't been on the moon.
You don't think so?
Steph Curry is back to 100%. Curry also made some headlines for comments on a podcast where he doesn't believe in the moon landing.
We ever been to the moon? Nope. They gonna come get us. I don't think so either. I'm conspiracy. Sorry, I don't want to start a conspiracy. They ain't been on the moon.
You don't think so?
Now, Curry isn't old enough, right? I mean, I remember where I was in, this...
Wait a minute.
This is our
isn't it?
Archival footage of...
See, this is what happens. You turn the sports guys loose.
Right, you're right. It's we're having fun with it. But I do remember where I was in 1969, right?
Sure.
Houston.
When they faked
the moon landing. Exactly. You're too young, you don't remember that moment. But it was a black and white TV.
If you notice in that last video, they also admitted it on the news. by showing a fake video of them on the moon. And also the guy said it was fake, but then laughed. So that was an interesting connection. I didn't expect both of these characters to have the same type of video admitting this, but they always have to tell us the truth in plain sight. So they use celebrities like these that people wouldn't take serious, and they always get them to apologize after. But anyways, now let's talk about all of the symbolism that Stephen Curry does when he's on the court. So as you can see, he throws up the 666 hand sign many times. And right here, he's doing the horns. And people let him get away with throwing up this hand symbolism because he shoots a lot of three-pointers. But that doesn't explain this symbolism right here. You know, this character is obviously involved, just like every other celebrity on the world stage. I don't understand why people are so attached to athletes as if they're not deceiving you, but they actually are. You know, people think they're harmless and all that stuff, but they're doing live rituals on the court and they're hypnotizing the minds of the people watching. And they promote so many agendas in the commercials and with the characters themselves. So people should stop watching this stuff and stop idolizing them. They give people a false illusion of being a professional athlete and having this fake, fictitious life. They really want us to be unhappy with our own life and to obsess over theirs. So just love yourself and be satisfied with what you have. You know, there's nothing wrong with wanting more, but celebrities give this false illusion of what our life should be like. And you don't need to have this famous celebrity life to be happy. But anyways, I'm showing you guys this picture of Stephen Curry throwing up the 666 because this is another connection to his other character, because Patrick Mahomes sometimes goes by Pat Mahomes for short. And as you can see, Pat Mahomes equals 666 in the Sumerian cipher. So this explains why Steph Curry is always throwing up the 666. You know, they're both connected in that way. And like I said, these characters do not have your best interest in mind. They're pushing many agendas on you, especially men, because men are watching other grown men in tights run around and throw a ball and tackle each other. You know, that's some really fruity stuff, whether people want to admit that or not. But many grown men ignore their wives to watch the Super Bowl, which is basically a bunch of men running around touching each other for a ball. And ball is also another word for Baal, the deity. And they also call it the Pro Bowl or the Super Bowl. And the word owl is in there. And they have that weird owl deity. But I'll talk about that more in my Super Bowl video that I have coming up, where I'll be exposing Travis Kelce as well. But anyways, as you guys can see, Patrick Mahomes is doing the vow of silence in plain sight in this picture, which is a form of letting you know that he's involved with a secret cult. This is why Patrick also equals 666 in the reverse Sumerian cipher, along with secrecy and pass away. So this character might fake his death, or somebody around him might fake their death. And they've also admitted this with memes. You know, right here they said, remember Steph Curry's daughter, Riley Curry. So they're trying to say that Patrick Mahomes is Steph Curry's daughter. So they're being very subliminal that Patrick Mahomes is a variant of Steph Curry. And also they're being very subliminal that Patrick Mahomes is a female because he has a female character. As you can see, Patrick Mahomes' other character is Darlene from Roseanne. As you can see, these two characters look so much alike, and they always make memes about it so that people won't take it serious. But obviously we know the truth. If you're subscribed to this channel, you should already know that every time I expose a celebrity, they always make a joke about it or put memes about it to get people to think it's a joke and laugh it off. And every time they react to my videos, they always laugh or try to make fun of the situation so that people won't take it serious. But this is a serious matter because this proves that all celebrities are fake. And they don't want people to know that information because it would change our entire society if everybody woke up to the fact that celebrities are fake. Because it's not just athletes, it's not just rappers, it's also politicians, people on the news, people who you think run the world are fake. So if everybody knew that celebrities were fake, then the entire system would collapse and they would stop harvesting our energy. So this is why I make these videos. You know, it's way more important than you guys realize. This is why they always try to do damage control and try to convince people that what I'm saying is not true. So make sure you guys share these videos. Tell people that you know about it. Even if they laugh at it, it doesn't matter because As long as we spread awareness, that's what really matters. Most people laugh when the truth is spoken too fast. And also, I do want to say something because I know a lot of you guys try telling your family and friends about this. And I remember when I first told my friends and family about this, most of them laughed or said I was crazy. And that's a common thing that you'll hear. And that's fine because that will really show you who's really important in your life. After I showed my friends and family this stuff and they all called me crazy and laughed it off, that revealed the truth about those people. And so I separated from those people and my life has been better ever since. So if you show your friends and family this information and they laugh at you or call you crazy, that should let you know that you shouldn't be around these people to begin with and that these weren't your real friends. And it's really sad to know that people around you are that programmed, but it's important to know because if you're not programmed, you shouldn't be around these people anyway because they're only going to lower your vibration. And real people that actually love you for who you are will still love you even if they disagree with the information. But the ones who call you crazy or laugh at you are not genuine people. So I would recommend separating yourself from them and finding more like-minded individuals. And just remember that when you know the truth, it's a very lonely road and many people don't want to accept that. So another character that Patrick Mahomes is mixed with is the kid from Holes. His name was Hector Zeroni and they called him Zero for short. And here's some side-by-side comparisons that I found. You know, they always admit the truth in plain sight through these memes. And here's an interesting connection. If you guys remember in the movie Holes, he got in trouble because he stole these cleats. And now his other character is a football player. And I'm not sure if these are football cleats that he stole, but I'm pretty sure that they are. Let me know in the comments below. Here's another character that they created based off of Patrick Mahomes. And they said Patrick Mahomes traveled to the future to watch himself play in the NFL. So they're admitting that this is a younger version of Patrick Mahomes. And the interesting thing about this is that this kid looks a lot like Zero from Holes as well. So that's how I know they're all the same. And just because he's young doesn't mean he's not a character. And ESPN themselves admitted this on Facebook. They said mini Patrick Mahomes in the house. So now let's move on to another character that he's based off of, which is Eric Andre. As you can see, Patrick Mahomes and Eric Andre look exactly alike. I mean, out of all his characters, I think he looks the most like Eric Andre. And both of these characters are mixed. They're both black and white, just like Steph and Curry. So that's something that all three of these characters have in common. And what really proves this one for me is their smile. As you can see, these two characters literally have the same exact smile. You know, they both do this very weird type of smile. It almost looks a bit creepy the more you look at it. But yeah, they look so much alike. They even have the same ears as well and a similar nose. You know, he gets most of his features from Eric Andre. The only difference is the eyes. You know, Patrick Mahomes has Steph Curry's eyes and Eric Andre doesn't. And both of these characters are very goofy characters. That's another obvious connection. You know, Eric Andre is a comedian and Patrick Mahomes is always making jokes. And somebody photoshopped these pictures of them bald and they look so much alike. And I found this comparison that somebody made where they showed a blurry picture of Patrick Mahomes and it looks exactly like Eric Andre. And here's a picture of them up close and you can see they have many similarities. But like I said, the only difference is that Patrick Mahomes has Stephen Curry's eyes and Eric Andre doesn't. So this is why I said that Patrick Mahomes is a mixed variant of Eric Andre and Stephen Curry and all the other characters that I mentioned. And most people probably know Eric Andre because of this meme. And ironically, they made a meme of Eric Andre and Patrick Mahomes and they used the Eric Andre meme. And I noticed that in that meme, he looks a lot like Patrick Mahomes in this side-by-side comparison. This is why I said they're both very goofy characters. Now let's get into the gematria. Not only do they look exactly alike, but they even have the same gematria. Eric Andre equals 74 and Patrick equals 74 in the same cipher. And then Eric Andre's real name is Eric Samuel Andre. Eric Samuel Andre equals 50 and Patrick Mahomes also equals 50 in the Chaldean cipher. And then Patrick Mahomes' middle name is Lavon and Eric Andre's middle name is Samuel. So I noticed that both of their middle names also share the same gematria. Levon equals 22, and Samuel also equals 22 in the Chaldean cipher. And then Eric Andre's Instagram is Eric effing Andre, which equals 69, and Patrick Mahomes also equals 69 in the same cipher. And then Patrick Mahomes was born in 1995, and Eric Samuel Andre equals 95 in Gematria. And then Eric Andre was born in 1983, and Mahomes equals 38 in Gematria, and 38 is just 83 reversed. And like I said, one of these characters might fake their death. As you can see, murder equals 83, and Eric Andre was born in 1983, and murder also equals 38, just like Mahomes. So don't be surprised if one of them fakes their death, or if somebody around them fakes their death. It might be Patrick Mahomes' father, because they always show him getting arrested, so I wouldn't be surprised if they kill off that character. And then Eric Andre's birthday is April 4th, and when you write that out, that's 4/4, like 44, and Pat equals 44, and Kill equals 44. And then Eric Andre's full name equals 888, just like the Freemasons and Satanic ritual. And this explains why he does so many Masonic hand gestures in his pictures. Right here, he's doing the one-eye symbolism along with the 666 hand sign, which is ironic because his other character, Patrick Mahomes, equals 666 in Gematria. And then here he is doing some more symbolism. Now let's talk about how disgusting and weird this character is. You know, like I said, he's a comedian, and with comedians, they like to push this inverted agenda. If you guys haven't noticed, 99% of comedians always dress up like a woman. Here he is wearing a dress for a fake quinceañera that he did. And this is also weird because quinceañeras are for 15-year-old girls. So I don't understand why he's doing this. And this is not funny. You know, comedians try to get away with this because people think they're being funny. But this is just a subtle way of turning men into women. And I have an entire video about this on my Patreon. The link is in the description. But anyways, another connection here is that at Eric Andre's fake quinceañera, these WWE wrestlers came in and started wrestling. And this is a connection because Patrick Mahomes loves the WWE. As you can see, when he won the Super Bowl, he was wearing this WWE belt. And in Eric Andre's quinceañera video, these WWE wrestlers came and started wrestling. So this explains why Patrick Mahomes has been wearing this WWE belt, because his other character is highly connected to the WWE as well. As you can see, Eric Andre was injured by John Cena in a stunt gone wrong, and John Cena was in the WWE. And I exposed John Cena 2 years ago. I highly recommend you guys check out this video. The link's in the description. I exposed like 10 of his characters in this video, and I will be making a part 2 to this video very soon. It's most likely going to be my next video, so stay tuned for that video. Now let's talk about another character that Eric Andre and Patrick Mahomes are mixed with, which is Andy Samberg. As you can see, Andy Samberg looks a lot like Patrick Mahomes. I just had to add this in here because it's so obvious. And they even have the same creepy looking smile. It's like a weird Joker smile that they have. And it looks creepy. You know, they always have fake smiles, by the way. So as you can see, they look so much alike. And of course, Andy Samberg looks a lot like Eric Andre as well. And it's funny how they have the same smile right here. And they're also wearing a very similar red jacket, which is very ironic as well. And they put this one right in our face because Andy Samberg dressed up as Eric Andre. And in that picture, he looks exactly like Eric Andre. Here's a good comparison that I made. And of course, he's wearing the long hair to push that inverted agenda. And if you guys remember, I actually exposed Andy Samberg in my Bad Bunny and Adam Sandler video. So if you guys are interested in that, I'll put a link to that video in the description, because Andy Samberg is based off of Adam Sandler. And Adam Sandler is based off of Bob Dylan, and I exposed them in this video. That's why Andy Samberg looks a lot like Bob Dylan. And last but not least, the final character in this group of characters is Rob Schneider. As you can see, they made these memes about it. They said Steph Curry plus Rob Schneider equals Patrick Mahomes. And then here's another comparison that they made. So after I found those memes about it, I had to make my own comparisons because I couldn't unsee the resemblance, man. these two look exactly alike in these comparisons right here. And here's another good comparison that I made. They have a very similar smile as well. And Rob Schneider, ironically, is in many Adam Sandler films, which is a connection to their other character, Andy Samberg, because Andy Samberg is based off of Adam Sandler. And if you guys ever watched that movie, The Waterboy, with Adam Sandler, Rob Schneider is in that movie. And that's a big connection because The Waterboy is about a football player. And Rob Schneider's other character is Patrick Mahomes, who's a football player. So they always do these subliminal connections with these characters. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Let's recap all of the characters that Patrick Mahomes is based off of. So the oldest one that he's based off of is Rob Schneider. And then he's also mixed with Eric Andre. They look so much alike. And then he's also mixed with Darlene from Roseanne. And then he's also mixed with Hector Zeroni from Holes. And then he's also mixed with Stephen Curry. And then they also made this miniature version of Patrick Mahomes. So that's all of the characters that he has. And like I said, I will be making another video on Stephen Curry later because he has his own group of characters that he's based off of. And speaking of Stephen Curry, I did find this weird, creepy picture of Stephen Curry in Africa. And I say this is creepy because if you look closely at his face, he has this very sinister grin. And he's doing that because he's infiltrating in Africa and these people think that he's a real person. I do want to say real quick is that they are infiltrating in Africa very heavily right now. They're really trying to conquer Africa more than they already have. But that's another topic for another video. I will be making more history videos on this channel. Let me know if you guys are interested in that because they do lie about a lot of things in our school systems, like how they try to say that Christopher Columbus discovered America when in reality we were already here and all they did was come here and enslave the people here. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if you guys want me to make more videos about that stuff because the truth needs to be known and we've been lied to for so long. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to drop a like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications, subscribe to my Patreon. The link is in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching and I'm out.